Hello. Today we visit r/AskReddit to see what species of animal is just an asshole. Make sure to comment an animal you would like to have as a pet. With that, sit back and enjoy. Mosquitoes, no explanation needed. Yeah, they suck. Killed over half the population of humans who have ever lived. Such assholes. Okay, I heard this from my sociology professor way back in college. If suddenly mosquitoes, diabetes, and hypertension cease to exist, then, sudden population boom will happen, which will lead to food shortage. Eventually, people will start to kill each other just for resources. Lots of people here dunking on animals just because they don't put up with any of our shit, so I'm gonna go the literal route here. It's sea cucumbers. They are literally the closest thing you will find to just an asshole. Granted, they need a mouth at the opposite end to take in the organic matter that will become the poop for their asshole, but there's really not much more to speak of. They are literally just a tube with an intake at one end and an output on the other. Just an asshole. Just saw a video showing the only place a pearlfish can hide from predators is in the butthole of a sea cucumber. The most pearlfish to inhabit one butthole, one sea cucumber, is 15. They're fighting back. From the wiki. Nevertheless, holothurian species of the genus Actinopyga have anal teeth that prevent visitors from penetrating their anus. Interesting fact. Sea cucumbers may be uncharismatic, sand vacuuming, butt-battling sea cylinders, but they are responsible for keeping their local marine systems clean and tidy. They are the marine version of earthworms. Using their specialized tube feet mouth tentacles, they shovel any organic matter, e.g. algae, plankton, and detritus along with sand found on the seafloor into their mouths. This process converts organic matter into recyclable nutrients that go back into the food web and ejects out clean sand and sediment. By stirring up and munching through sediments, these ocean vacuum cleaners regulate oxygen conditions on the ocean floor. In fact, in areas where sea cucumbers were experimentally removed, oxygen decreased by 63%. The sea cucumber's bioturbation, the mixing and stirring of sediment by organisms, is important for many biological and ecological processes within the water column, including biodiversity as well as nutrient and oxygen cycling. Fun fact, there's a grouping of animals called deuterostomes. During development, the embryo forms as a ball of cells and then a divot forms. In this group, that divot becomes the anus. Humans belong to this group. Therefore, at a certain point in everyone's lives, we are literally just an asshole. Cuckoos, they lay eggs in other birds' nest and the chick hatches before the others do. Then it starts pushing the other eggs out of the nest. Don't forget they require so much more food than the normal bird's offspring, so they essentially work the parents to death at times. They also live in small community groups. And when the foster parent birds refuse to raise the cuckoo's chicks, the cuckoos as a community force them to raise the chicks through gang violence. What the duck type of birds are these? Asshole birds. Same with cowbirds. They're the deadbeat parent of the bird world. If the nest mother does detect that an egg is not hers, and pushes it out of the nest, the cowbird mother has been known to return to the nest to destroy the original eggs out of spite. And don't get me started on the cowbird's badass kids if they do get to hatch. It's a cruel world for the other young in the nest. Bedbugs. Ick and ick. Agreed. Once you have bedbugs in your house, it's extremely difficult to get rid of them. It's entirely possible, but it takes a hell of a lot of work over a long period of time, and it's extremely frustrating. Awful. And there's the added bonus of living in a semi-permanent state of skeeves. Every itch is a red alert. Thought I had them in an apartment once, was never confirmed, but man, once it's in your head, it's there. I have since moved, was the only way to maintain my sanity, but still check underneath the covers every night before bed. What is that thing? What the hell? Oh, only a fuzz, okay I guess? Maybe I'll check one more time to be sure. Yup, just a fuzz. I think. Diatomaceous earth. Kills all the creepy crawlers. Or at least the ones with exoskeletons. I legit bought a massive bag of it off Amazon and crop dusted my everything with it all over the place. Managed to destroy 2 vacuum cleaners and a steamer in the process, but that was the cost of doing business. Was the only way I could sleep in that place before I moved out. Yikes. The problem is that it doesn't always kill bedbugs prior to them laying eggs after a blood meal. This kept them from becoming a huge problem, but I kept getting them back after several months. I live in Texas, so during the summer I got a couple huge tarps and some thick, black plastic. I sealed up all our furniture for something like 3 days. The point is for it to reach 150 degrees Fahrenheit. After all that, we've never had another problem with bedbugs. Also, dousing a known infected corner with rubbing alcohol will instantly kill them. Geese. Waterfowl in general. Not to be trusted. Swans? Avian kung fu experts who will use their skills on you with no shame. Ducks? Cute but absolutely always up to something questionable. Geese? The shitting horde. The poopy mafia. They will find you and they will crap on your sidewalk just for the joy of it. Ducks aren't cute, they have corkscrew genitals evolved due to violent mating. Fun fact, that's how I lost a few pet chickens. That doesn't sound like a fun fact. Funner fact, homosexual necrophilia has been documented in ducks. Funny story actually, geese are just bluffing, and you have to call their bluff. If a goose starts approaching or chasing you, all you have to do is hold your ground and face it, and it will not attack you. Good luck out there, people. There are a gazillion geese running around where I live, and several times a day, they stop traffic when they decide to casually wander across the street from the river or the pond. So one day there's this goose that gets to about the middle, then decides to just stand there like an asshole. So this guy in a big pickup truck honked his horn and lightly tapped the gas to try to motivate the goose to move. This ducker turns, spreads his wings, puffs his chest, and starts walking, while honking toward this pickup truck. And this is why I love geese. They are absolutely insane and will challenge anyone or anything, even a ducking F-250. Bot flies. Those nasty things nest into your skin, and grow inside it. Remember seeing a story where a guy had his brain being eaten by a botfly maggot laid in his nose. No idea if it is true or, but it gets my skin itching thinking on it. Edit. Woke up still thinking on this. Looked it up. It is real. Found videos. Skin began itching so bad I cut myself scratching. Dolphins and orcas. There's a pod of orcas that's been attacking sailboats off the coast of Portugal for years, like they actually sank a boat last month, and almost killed a sailing legend last week. Nobody is entirely sure why. Some think a sailboat somehow killed a member of the pod and they're on a revenge tour. Others believe they're shithead teenage male orcas just dicking around because they have no responsibilities in the pod yet. It's getting really divisive in the sailing community because on one hand we're generally a group of environmentalists and don't want to hurt the animals, but it's getting to the point more people want to see some action taken to protect sailors off the coast of Portugal. Dolphins, the rapists of the sea. I get what people are saying about bugs, but bedbugs, mosquitoes and wasps are just behaving instinctually as they have no ability to reason, they just do. Dolphins can reason, and they can make some pretty nasty choices. Kangaroo. Saw someone's tweet saying something along the line, kangaroos have good PR, because growing up, people would think that they are just some cute jumping animals. If female kangaroos panic and are carrying a joey in their pouch, they will throw it out to be able to run away faster. I know animals in nature abandon offspring all the time if they can't keep up for survival, but there's something extra assholish about throwing your baby away when you already have a pre-designed pouch for carrying it. Kangaroos are one of the few, maybe the only animals in the world that has benefited from human intervention. Kangaroo females are constantly pregnant, and can pause pregnancies in the womb if they lack food, water. They are also constantly nursing joeys and looking after previous offspring. They drink water and eat grass. Both of which were affected by seasons before Europeans came and built cow and sheep farms everywhere. Their primary predator is the dingo, a problem which European settlers dealt with when dingoes started attacking livestock. So basically they're constantly pregnant and we gave them all the food and none of the predators. The Australian government sanctions hunters to kill over 1 million kangaroos a year, but their numbers still grow. There were roughly 20 million of them 10 years ago, but now there's around 50 million. This should be a problem that sorts itself out though, because kangaroo meat is delicious, healthy, and sustainable. Seagulls, they took my sandwich. When I was a kid, maybe 10, my mom took my sister and I to the beach. It was a rare trip to the coast because we were about a day's drive from the Gulf of Mexico, so we pretty much had to stay multiple days for a kind of vacation. Furthermore, it was expensive for a room down there and we had a limited amount of free time to go. Holidays, breaks from school, etc. Anyway, we get to the area, set up in a hotel, and head down to get to the beach for the afternoon. A few buildings down the coast was a Krispy Kreme donuts shop. Now, I know it's not for everyone, but hear me out when I say I loved Krispy Kreme as a kid. My mom and sister also enjoyed them, so we took a walk to go buy a half dozen of them to eat on the beach. It was a beautiful day, and the donuts really added to the experience overall. All is well. We get back to our spot on the beach with our donuts and an entire picnic of food that we had brought along, take our seats and get munching. Now, I was a small kid. Less than 100 pounds at 10 years old, and I've got an extremely hyperactive metabolism. So I eat like 2 sandwiches, have a bottle of water and my first donut, but I leave the second one for later so I can have something to return to if I get snacky. Mom and sis have had a donut each. We are all ready to repack our supplies and play in the water for a while. Now, there were plenty of other people on the beach at this time of day. Dozens of families, but enough room for all of us to enjoy the sun comfortably in our space. All of us could keep our lives blissfully separate, everyone, except for this one little shit. As we are in the water, I see a little kid not much younger than myself roaming a little too close to our stuff for my comfort. I told my mom about it, and when she turned to look, he had grabbed our sandwich bag, pulled out a sandwich, and then opened the box of donuts. We called out to him, but he didn't even know we were there because the ocean drowned us out. Then his mother walked over to him, put her hand on his back and pointed at the box of donuts. That little shit double-fisted 2 donuts and crammed a third into his mouth and sprinted to where he and his parents were sitting. We were distraught, trying to come in quickly to get someone to get these people before they left. But then, fate smiled upon us. Not 15 feet from our sitting area, the little kid got his shit rocked by not 1, not 2, but an entire flock of at least a dozen seagulls, all after our newly liberated donuts. The little ducker was running so hard he tripped over himself, and the gulls could sense his weakness, so they just dive-bombed him for everything he was worth. Even his mom wouldn't go near the mess of gulls just swooping on this little turd that stole the desserts from our pack. Justice. We gave up trying to get the attention of anyone for help, deciding that the donuts were gone, and knowing that we didn't have anything of value with us since we walked out straight from the hotel lobby. We figured the kid had been traumatized enough for one day. His mom screamed for help for like 5 minutes, but no one really did anything, and he was completely fine physically aside from a few scratches which he wouldn't have even gotten if he would have just let the damn donuts go instead of clinging to them. In any case, I still think about that kid from time to time. I think about his shitty mom, and what kind of parent encourages that kind of behavior. Duckum. IDKY, this was such a formative memory from my childhood, but I know I'll always be grateful to the gulls for that one solid they did me by dicking over the little shit that stole my donut that one time. And lastly, humans. Humans are the assholes. Thank you for watching all the way until the end, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment an animal you would like to have as a pet. Click the video above if you want to continue to watch my content. Until next time.